Hey everybody, Larry Lawton here. I got another great episode of the cooking show right here with me, Larry Lawton. Don't forget, before I get started, check out my book, Gangster Redemption. Check out my pre-orders. They are up on the website. We will put a link in this video. The Prison Cooking Book with Larry Lawton on pre-orders. 5,000, signed, numbered, done. Check out my cigars. The Crooked Diamond, doing very well. And might as well, while I do my videos, have what I always do. I have a little bit of scotch to make the show a little bit better. Not because the cooking's bad, but it's even better. Okay, I'm gonna be doing 3 separate ways to cook ramen noodles. Now there's multiple ways you can make like a bread thing of ramen noodle, putting it together in the bags, that those actually shape it. There's a lot of different ways ramen noodles are made. These are the ways I made it. There were 3 ways I ate ramen noodles in prison, most of the time. I mean, you'd add little things and stuff, but at the end of the video, I'm gonna really make my pièce de résistance. I think that's the word. And it's gonna be a great dish. But the first dish, let me start out. First of all, a salud. That's the little sip, get the game going. First of all, some prisons, they actually sold these, the instant lunches, the ramen. I like these for a couple of reasons. They're done with the hot water out of the shower. Yes, sadly, I tell a lot of stories about that, I was in prisons when I was in the hole or something. Sure enough, guess what happens? I had to use the hot water to cook with. You couldn't even use it to shower. They did that on purpose. They put it so hot you couldn't shower. I hated that. I didn't care when the shower was turned to all the way cold and my little pee-pee goes small. I didn't care. But when they put it to hot, that is terrible. So now, look how careful I'm being, everybody. And I'm not taking this lid off because a lot of rookies in this game, you know what happens? They take it off too quick and they rip it and they don't get a good seal and the heat keeps getting gone. Now, I always like to add a little additive to these. Now I'm taking these chips and let me tell you how important this is. I want you to break these up like powder. This is my seasoning. Yes, these all have a different type of season. This one is chicken. It comes with the flavor in there, in the stuff. But always, that's just, to me, it's not enough. Now, I used to like these better than the ramen they sell by the case at 25 cents. These used to cost 50 cents on the yard, which was 2 stamps. Well, they always have a little vegetable in them. They have like peas or garlic or something of that, like red pepper. But you have to take whatever you like. And you make this so it's like powder. When I say powder, you're gonna see what I mean. I'm not done. Then I'm gonna take my thing, my dish. And if you see what I'm doing, I'm actually putting it in there and it is like, it's so fine. You see that? Obviously that's what I want. Now I take a piece of cheese. I'm a cheese lover. Some people don't. Some don't. They don't take their cheese like this. And I break the cheese up into very small. And then I'm going to step away and I'll tell you what I'm going to do, people. I am going to the shower right now, putting on the hot water, and I will have a boiling hot water and show you what I do with it. All right, here we go. All right, I got boiling water out of a shower. That is done all the time. And you have to really be careful because watch how slow I got to do it so it absorbs. As you can see, I am making sure that sucks down in there. And look at the cheese melting, people. Now you see that? It's almost to the top. It's not quite yet. Now these soups used to have a line, they used to call. The next thing is very important, and I told you why you make sure that this dish is made the way I'm doing it. You seal it back up. You put weighted objects. We used to put a lot of books. Put them like that. Put something else a little bit heavier. Now, off to go see the boys, and I'm coming back after I go to the yard on the move, see what's going on. I'll be right back. All right, time's up, everybody. Time to unveil one of my quicker dishes, but very, very fulfilling. Take the weight off. Obviously, you'll usually see a little bit of a stain. It's funny because when I used to get the books from people in the from another person, you'll see always a stain on that book. You'll always see that, and that's just something you do. Now, obviously, just peel it all nice. As you can see, you don't have to drain any water or anything out of these things because it sucks it up. Now, look what I'm doing, everybody. You see that the cheese Fritos, I'm mixing it in with the noodles. It is a tasty, tasty dish. I'm not saying you gotta be Guy Fieri or whatever his name is, or a Gordon Ramsay or somebody to do this dish. But you know, when you're in prison and you are, you know, looking for camaraderie, you're looking for a quick bite, something to fill you up, this is what it is. Now, always the cheese, that piece of cheese, and the Fritos. You know, I love noodles like this. Maybe that's why I'm back to 2:30, but we're gonna see the next one coming up right now. Let's do it. All right, everybody, as you can see, I'm in the hole. They tried to take my Glenlivet. I wasn't letting that happen, but I did get to suitcase this camera. So you're gonna see me in the hole. What are you gonna do? But you still had to eat, even in the hole. You know, it's funny, setting this whole video up, thinking about my friend Paul Tellini. I want a little shout out. I did the law with Paul, and a lot of it, and Prisoner Survivor Guide, as you can see, literally has LL and my prison number, 52224-004. Well, this is the Ramen Noodle Show, so even in the hole, you had to eat. Well, if you're in the hole for what they call administrative segregation, because before you see the DHO, which is the disciplinary hearing officer, you get your property. You get even a radio, you'll get whatever, because you're not convicted yet. So they put you on one place called admin seg, and you got your soups. Even in the hole, you can get soups. So you got your ramen noodle. Well, let me tell you something. When they messed with me in the hole, they were doing it bad. They'd spit in your food, you wouldn't eat it. Boy, you lose weight. Being in a hole in this video made me think a lot. And I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm taking my ramen noodle soup, taking my packet, put it in here. If you think we can't do a fire in the hole, you're wrong. We could. But I'm not. The hole is a depressing place. One of the places that it's, you know, this is what you do. I'd literally sit. Ramen noodle soup. Like chips. To be honest with you guys, not bad. So, what you would do in prison is you take the noodles, they're really good. I love them. This is bringing back a lot of memories, actually. Because I went to prison as a millionaire, I came out broke. I was going to 5-star restaurants. Sal Anthony's, Rayo's. I'm talking restaurants that are off the charts. Then, I'm in prison. In fact, I used to like the chicken. Just the chicken. These are better chips. And here's why I ate them. You eat them slow, take your time. You drink water, and they expand in your stomach. You can almost feel them. They absorb the water that's in your stomach. When you take your time, I can make this bag last 2 days. Drink some water. If I have a celly, maybe rap with them, maybe work out, and they still had to give you your law books. Yes, even in a hole, they had to give you your law books, when they did. And I would study the law and know more about the law than most lawyers will ever know. That's how we passed the time in the hole. This is what prison was about. It was about here. It's about understanding right now what's going through your head and knowing they're trying to break you. When I was in the hole for 11 straight months, never thought I was going to get out. The worst times of my life. Talked to my friend through the vent. I got out. I'm here today. I'm happy to educate people. Happy to have a prison show. Happy to have a cooking book coming out. Make sure you check it out. Prison Cookbook with Larry Lawton. Well, this is one of the ways I ate ramen noodle soups. Just is, guys. Well, I hear them coming. I am getting out of the hole. And I'm going to prepare my next dish in this video. Come on, take a walk. All right, everybody, we're here for the third way I used to make ramen noodles. This is what I used to do. First of all, of course we didn't have some Glenlivet, but I need my second one here. You know, it's not easy doing these kind of videos. So I have to have my second drink. Okay, you saw the other two ways. Yes, the whole stunk. I hated it. But now we're getting to me. You know we use a razor blade and we hide them in books. Everybody knows that. And if you didn't know it, you do know it now. We would take the razor blades out, put them in a book, and then we can cut up our stuff. Now, the first ways were pretty easy ways. This was a little bit more elaborate, so it's a little bit of a better dish. And quite frankly, I love this dish. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I got my bowl, got my ramen noodles. You always crush your ramen noodles very well. And you know, people do this different ways. A lot of times, people will take ramen noodles and they'll break them up, and they don't break them up enough. I mean, I've been guilty of it. You get crushed, you get a little bit fast and stuff like that. We're not gonna do that here. We're getting them really good. Because this is gonna have a lot of base to it, this one. Now, again, ramen noodles, the best. So here we are, got my ramen, and I'm using chicken flavor today. Obviously, you can see what I'm doing. And I use my seasoning packs. Why not? They're pretty good seasoning packs. So you always have your seasoning packs. With ramen noodles, I call this dish the extra cheesy dish. A very good dish. You take your chips. Various chips they sell on the yard. Now, some places did sell these small packs. Some didn't. Some sold the big bag. We would get a big bag and we just take them. You don't do the whole bag. Depends on how many bags you're gonna do. We used to find that one little bag like this would be good. Get the air out. Make sure it's really crushed up, people. Now, here's a trick. And people say, you can really mix it good. But you know what? You're getting good habits when you're a cook in prison. So you don't put it in yet. You crush them all up. Everything you're doing, you crush up. Okay. Really good. Now I'm just doing this and getting everything ready. The key is ready. Notice what I have. Nacho cheese. Chili cheese. Fritos chili cheese. Gotta love them, man. And Cheetos. These are the really crunchy type of Cheetos. So you gotta really rock them up good. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna also, I take my meat. I have my pepperoni. They buy them right off the commissary. I got my microwave. We're in Jessup now. I used to take these microwaves and bring it in myself when I would cook my pasta dish. Put that on. I'll put it on 2. I'm not cooking as many because Nick and I aren't as hungry as we normally are. But this is what you do. Obviously, while that is going on, I'm gonna finish cutting up my garlic. Now, garlic is a very funny thing. Some guys like chips, which I'm gonna make garlic chips one day. Some like small, very tiny, as you saw in Goodfellas. You know, the guy's tiny. You know, I never made it that. I would either use sometimes the can cover or the razor blade. You know, I use the can cover from the tuna cans. This day, I am using my razor blade. And once I use my razor blade, I take these, all ready to go. Get them in there. Take my peppers. Obviously, you get peppers. Now, peppers on the commissary, everybody. Remember what peppers are. Peppers go for about 50 cents, maybe a little more, depending on how much you need them. It all depends, and you cook them up. I'm cooking everything. Wow, that's smelling really good now. This is what you do. You get your peppers. Now you put your peppers. I only used one bag because we ate tonight already. I equate it to somebody having something on the yard. But I'm coming back because Larry likes to eat. Oh, look at that smell. I can smell that stuff going off, guys. That is making me hungry. I'm going to check it right now. I am mad on me. Look at that. Is that the best? Does not get better. Now I'm getting excited. All right. Now I take a little of my tomato. I put this up here like this. Always make sure you don't cut your hand off, people. I try to make this as authentic as possible by making this with the razor blades and stuff like that. You know, obviously if you're home, don't use a razor blade. I just happen to try to keep it as authentic as I can. I'm going to cut them up a little bit like that. It does not matter. Now, I'm putting all my stuff in there. That's all I want. I don't want to put as too much. Now, you take cheese as well. Obviously, cut up your cheese. We used to get the cheese right off the block, and we'd buy it by the slice, or guys would get like 20 slices for a book of stamps, or more. And cheese is used for everything. Obviously, cheese is used for everything. You know, when I was in Jessup, we had... It was one of the best places I had, people, for cooking up my food. And I think that is the best. Now, look what I'm going to do. I'm taking all of my stuff. Now, some people are going to say, you didn't make those cheeses crunchy enough. Well, with the cheese dish, let me tell you what happens. It gets so cheesy, it's like cheese chunks. It gets better. You know, all of this cheese is gonna make somebody, oh my God, how did you get this, Lau? Where is it, Lau? Come on, Lord, am I in? You're right. Now look at this. I let them dry. Watch this, people. How do you like that? Is that the best? Come on. Are we liking this? Come on, if you ain't liking this show, you don't like food. I get my thing. We had Old Bay. Old Bay was sold on every commissary I was at. I'm a salt and pepper guy. I don't know why, but I am. And then I got this. I put my water, regular water, out of the, I always got it. I don't know why if I thought something different. In most prisons, you get the hot water out of the shower. It would be so hot. You know, you're in the hole, and you saw me in the hole. That was kind of like me in the hole, guys. It was that crazy. Clothes you don't wear, things you don't wear. It's just crazy, crazy place you're at. Now, I have enough here, water, and it was a 1-cup dish. Wait till you see this. Now, take this in my microwave. Put that down. 3 minutes. What happens in prison, people, is you get used to, one, the microwave you're at. They always have industrial ones, kind of like that. Every prison I was in that had a microwave. Some did not. Yazoo, Mississippi, no microwave. They had a hot water thing where you could get coffee and stuff right near the phones or a little area. And it was like a machine out of the wall, and it would give you boiling water. Well, you cook ramen noodles with boiling water. The first recipe in this video. Listen, cooking in prison is about making different flavors, feeding friends, camaraderie. You know, you also saw in the break my book, Prison Cookbook. It's all about camaraderie. And I'll tell you what, that's where I learned it. And prison wine. That's a hell of a lot better than prison wine, people. Another thing we did not have in prison, we had it in Atlanta. They were still letting us smoke. Yep, a Crooked Diamond cigar. Now, I'm getting excited. My food is cooking. Halfway through, it's about now, a little bit more than halfway. You take it out. Oh, look at that. Can you see the yellow? You see the yellow? That's the cheese that's melting in this dish, people. This dish is unreal. I'm not kidding you. Now, them ramen noodles are cooking good. It's got the garlic. It's got 4 types of cheese. 4. You don't get this on the street. You gotta work for this or pay big money. Tell you what. And a little bit of the flavor from the pepperoni. These are all my favorite foods to this day, people. A little bit more. That was about halfway, so I'm gonna stop that. Cancel. 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, you're gonna see a dish that's gonna be devoured. And you know what I gotta do at the end of this video? I gotta bring in my special taster. Yep. Let's see what the El Jefe thinks of my dish. Salute to El Jefe. And if you know me, El Jefe is mi madre. 90 years old, stuck by me. That's what family's about. That is what cooking is about. That's what my cookbook's about. Stories of the people, the stories of the events surrounding these dishes, and everything else we did. Okay, we have 2 special people now. You know who I gotta bring in. Of course, I get the first bite. Nick behind the camera. You gotta come and eat. You're gonna like this one, Nick. And Nick has been fair with me. Sometimes I don't like it. He didn't like my tamales. Wasn't the best, Nick. Don't say disgusting. People are starving in Africa and in prison. Don't say that, Nick. I'm letting it go down. You know, I'm one of those guys, I don't know, maybe it's my ADD or OCS or whatever they call the crap I have. Whatever that is. Nick, hold on, Nick. Hold on, Nick. Woo! Oh, maroon. Look at how this cheese came out, people. Okay, Nick, can you get me a towel too, please? So we can bring this into the special taster. God, is this good. Gosh, Nick. Wow. Wow, is it hot? Okay, Nick?
Alright, this one does look a little promising. Alright.
Promising?
I'll give you that one. Did you put the seasoning in before or after?
Before.
You always gotta put it in after.
Nick, you can eat my...
I was just wondering what type of guy you were.
I want it in the food.
You gotta do it after.
Come on, Nick, eat.
Especially if you're... Holy fuck, that's hot. That's good. That one's good.
Is this good? Really? Look at that. Is that good?
You gotta put the seasoning in after.
Because when you Nick, it's my recipe. You want to make a cookbook? You want to be a cook?
Ask them.
Listen, I want you guys to put in your comments what you think. Should the seasoning go before or after?
The chicken seasoning for the ramen noodle. Because when if you drain the water, there goes all your flavoring.
I didn't drain. Did you see me drain water? Okay, guys. Let me bring the camera right now. Here comes the big decision. All right, the big test of the big meal by the boss. Hey, Ma.
Hi, dear.
Try that dish. Oh, no, it's not hot. It's not hot. Just take a little bite, you know, take a little piece, and you tell me what you think. Little thing, yeah. And tell me what you think. It's not that hot, Mom.
It's hot. For me, it's hot.
Okay, it's hot.
It's really good.
Isn't it good? Isn't that tasty?
Yes.
Is it good for prison food?
Way good.
Way good. If you're in prison, look at you, have another bite. It's good, isn't it?
Very good.
You want me to keep you some?
Yes, but not, I can't eat it.
No, I know, but I'll save you some too. Ma, what do you think of my cooking?
A1.
There's my mama. Give me a kiss. Love you, Ma. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from my mom. She loved it, helped me kill it. And you know, I love doing these videos. I hope you love them too. Check out my cookbook, The Prison Cookbook by Larry Lawton. Pre-orders on sale, 5,000 copies, signed and numbered. That's it. Have a great day, everybody. Pass it on. Please subscribe. Have a great day and make good choices.